Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Hidden Treasure if you're new, and I've got a story for you. You know how I like to do it. I like to keep it short and sweet, simple and straight to the point. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on so that you are made aware each and every time that I upload a video. And as always, thanks for watching. So let's get right into it. I'm sad to report that one of the Fat Boys, Prince Markie Dee, has passed. And so this video is just a tribute to him and the music and his story. I hope you enjoy the video. And again, thanks for watching. On Twitter, Uncle Louis Gregory wrote, "Forever in my heart, Prince Markie Dee was more than a rapper. He was one of my very best and closest friends. My heart breaks today because I lost a brother. I always love you, Mark, and I will cherish everything you taught me. Tomorrow is your birthday. Swing my way, big bro." In loving memory of Prince Markie Dee, 1968 to 2021. So this is on Fat Joe's Instagram, and he said, "I would be walking and all of a sudden I would hear the music ricochet off the walls. It would go, fat boys, fat boys." This was their first song, and they would play at the block party to summons you to appear. Today's news is sad. A member of the Fat Boys, Prince Markie Dee Morales, has passed on. He was a great guy, a legend, and a pioneer. God bless my fellow Boricua brother till we meet again. Questlove wrote on his IG account, Prince Markie Dee, February 19th, 1968 to February 17th, 2021. He said, "I wanted to leave this electrifying clip of the Fat Boys on Soul Train to show you how mind-blowing this trio was when they came out in 1984. I think even Jay told me his first album he ever copped was their debut album. I mean, yeah, now we all take for granted that traditional music really isn't needed to be cold rock a party, but to see these cats rock it back then, OMG, they were the first stadium hip hop headliners on Fresh Fest. Sheet, Madonna wanted them opening for her, and somehow RS, not their manager by the way, but hustled his act instead. Was like, they not available, but I got these white dudes that might do the trick. For this tour, they didn't, but the Beasties owe the Fat Boys for getting that look back in 1985. They were figuratively no weight jokes, the biggest act in hip hop at some point in time. Like the first act that showed this culture might have some real intentional or international legs to it. Like they were so dope, we just took them for granted. They did dope routines and dance steps, and albums went gold and platinum, did movies and TV commercials. They explored territories for the first time that today just seems like a yawn on a Tuesday. But let's contribute some of his work. His songwriting credits is off the chain. Real Love was his Monster by Mary, but also wrote and produced joints for Christopher Williams, Father MC, Mariah Carey, Anytime You Need a Friend, Shaba, Lisa Stansfield, Coolio, Craig Mack, Destiny's Child, Macy's Gray, Method Man and Redman, Frank Ocean, Ariel Grande, Drake. It goes on and on. and he's been sampled and collaborated. I mean, man, I don't know what I mean anymore. This hurts to see the mass exodus of people that helped shape my and our lives like this. Rest in peace, Mark Morales, the Puerto Rican prince, the Fat Boy. Wow. So I can only play just a little clip. Can't play the music, you know that. So I'm just going to play like the introduction when they showed on Soul Train.
Cool Rock Ski from East New York. Cool Rock. But they call me the Power Lord, the human beatbox from East New York, Brooklyn. My name is Markie Dee, but you can call me the Prince, also from Brooklyn.
I understand this all started with a rap contest in New York, right? Which you won at Radio City Music Hall.
Came in first place. The first place prize is a record contract, super label.
Yeah. And were there some other hot rap crews in the contest?
A group that danced with Houdini called UTFO. They got a #1 selling record out right now. And
now, before you recorded, how did you develop into rappers? Listening to DJs, or were you DJs yourself?
I've rapped for like 7 years now.
You've been rapping 7 years?
Yeah, like 7 years.
I just started rapping about 2 years ago. I picked it up from him, just chilling. I used to say rap stuff for other records.
I understand that a lot of other rappers live in your neighborhood, like Houdini and those guys. They live near you?
Yeah, Divine Sounds, all of it.
Now, Box, how did you develop that sound that you...
Well, I don't know,
You don't mind me calling you Box, do you?
They call me the Ox that rocks. That's my nickname. I just, used to, just listen to records. I just used to just trace the beats out. Everybody say, stop that noise, stupid. So hit me in my head, make fun of it.
By the way, these fellas have been on every television show in New York City. Partly because a box here can make a sound that sounds just like an electronic computerized drum machine.
Yeah.
And when he does so...
Come on, Box. Stick 'em! Stick 'em! Stick 'em! Stick 'em! Stick 'em!
This report comes from the New York Times. Prince Markie Dee, founding member of the rap trio Fat Boys, dies at 52. Wow, this is sad. The group's lighthearted rhymes and winning comedic approach helped speed the hip-hop's absorption into pop culture. So we're going to take a look from left to right. That's Prince Markie Dee, the human beatbox, and Kool Rock-Ski of the Fat Boys. Wipeout was the group's collaboration with the Beach Boys, and that was their biggest hit. Photos, compliments of Getty Images. It also says Prince Markie Dee, who, as a member of the trio Fat Boys, released some of the hip-hop's most commercially successful albums of the 1980s and helped speed the genre's acceptance into pop culture, died on Thursday in Miami. He was 52. His death was confirmed by Rock the Bells, a Sirius XM station where he had been a host. No cause was given. In the mid-1980s, the Fat Boys were among the hip-hop's best-known groups. Their 1987 album, Crushing, went platinum and featured a collaboration with the Beach Boys, Wipeout. And that was their biggest hit, reaching number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100. That year, the group starred in a full-length comedy, Disorderlies. That was a movie. Have you guys ever seen that movie? So comment below. The hip-hop was just beginning to become accepted into the mainstream of American pop culture. And the group's lighthearted rhymes, accessible dance routines, and winning comedic approach made them effective ambassadors on hits including Jailhouse Rap, Stick 'em, and Can You Feel It? Some of their songs were about food and played on their image as harmless heavyweights. Prince Markie Dee was born Mark Anthony Morales on February 19th, 1968. So he passed a day before his birthday. Wow. He formed the Disco 3 in the early 1980s along with Darren the Human Beatbox Robinson and Damon Kulrowski Wembley. Friends from East New York section of Brooklyn. They won a 1983 talent show at Radio City Music Hall and were signed to a management contract by the show's promoter, who suggested they change their name to Fat Boys. Their size became their gimmick, their calling card, and their accelerator. Their manager once organized a promotional contest in which fans could guess the group's collective weight. The group released 7 full-length albums in addition to their platinum crushing. 3 went gold in 1984. Fat Boys appeared on the Fresh Fest tour, the first hip-hop arena tour. 4 years later, the group recorded a new version of The Twist with Chubby Checker. The trio also appeared in films Crush Groove, The Knights of the City, before breaking up in the early 1990s. Mr. Robinson died in 1995 at age 28 after he fell off a chair while rapping for friends and lost consciousness. So this is a current pic of Mark Anthony. So Mark Anthony Morales also hosted the Prince Markie Dee show on LL Cool J's Rock the Bells channel on Sirius XM Radio. Prince Markie Dee released a pair of solo albums in the 1990s, the first of which spawned into the hits Typical Reason, Swing My Way. At the same time, he was beginning to work as a songwriter and producer for Uptown Records, collaborating with Father MC and Mary J. Blige. He helped write and produce Mary J. Blige 1992 breakout hit Real Love, and even worked on her debut album, What's the 411. He also worked on songs and remixes for Destiny's Child, Mariah Carey, and others. Did you guys know that? Or are you from that era? Information about survivors was not immediately available. Later in his career, Mr. Morales was a radio personality at WMIB-FM and WEDR-FM in Miami and on Sirius XM, but he was best known for being one of the Fat Boys when the group's songs were seemingly everywhere. I would be walking and all of a sudden I would hear music ricochet off the walls, the rapper Fat Joe wrote on Instagram, recalling how Fat Boys beatboxing Okay, guys, I tried. I know it sounds whack, but I did try. Was the first song they would play at the block party to summon you to appear. He called Mr. Morales a great guy, a legend, and a pioneer. Well, I'm sad to report this story. Truly, they did help start the hip-hop era and rap and bring different music and grooves to it. So, guys, if you haven't heard Crushing, go look it up and check out the songs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button, comment below, tell me your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!